What's up guys, this is going to be my full review of the Striker live feed video drone from World Tech Toys. Now this one was sent to me courtesy of HobbyTron. HobbyTron, definitely cool RC website, got a lot of different products on there, got some airsoft on there. Check them out if you're into that sort of thing. But we came here today to talk about the Striker live feed video drone. So let's do that. This one looks a lot like the X5C and it flies a lot like the X5C. Definitely draws inspiration from it. There are 3 rates on this one as opposed to the X5C that only has 2. And the 3rd rate on this one is a lot quicker than anything on the X5C. So it's gonna fly with a lot more pitch and it's gonna fight a lot more wind. So definitely a plus there. This one definitely flies really well. On the 3rd rate, it gets very maneuverable. It's definitely a lot of fun to fly it around. Flies very stable, maneuverable, definitely good combination. And you're definitely gonna have a lot of fun flying this one around. It flips very nice, very acrobatic. And this particular red color looks awesome in the air. I think if you're a fan of the channel, you know that I have some sort of weird fixation with red quads lately, and this one's no exception. The red props in the front and the white in the back definitely help with orientation. It has a decent yaw rate on it for a larger quad like this. And I do believe the yaw rate changes from lower rate to higher rates. Now the big draw to this one is the Wi-Fi FPV camera. And I am sorry to say that I haven't had great luck with it. I've had the camera working, but I've had issues with range on the camera. Basically, once I get a little ways away from myself, the camera cuts out and you kind of lose your video feed and it just freezes on a frame. So obviously that's a drawback here. Now I'm not sure if I have sort of a faulty camera here. Kind of surprising because the antenna on this one seems to really stick out the back here, and you would think you'd get a decent range on it. It is possible that my phone is just kind of bogged down from all the different Wi-Fi quads I've been testing lately. Storage is getting kind of full, so maybe my phone isn't working quite as well as it should with these quads. That is one of the drawbacks to these Wi-Fi FPV quads. You're gonna have to have a decent phone to run them, and you're gonna have to have space on your phone to store the videos. Quality of the video is right on par with any sort of other FPV, Wi-Fi FPV quad that I've flown. So no real complaints there. The transmitter feels good in your hands. It's hobby grade style, very light. One thing I really like about it is all the buttons are clearly labeled on here. You got your flip button over here, your rates button over here, which is labeled as speed. There's an easy mode button, which is basically headless mode. So the numbers on the screen down here are gonna be for your throttle percentage. And it's gonna be obviously 0 when you're at the bottom, and then if you go all the way up, it goes all the way up to 100%. It has the nice mount for your phone, so that's a definite plus with this one. So you put your phone in there and you basically just have your screen. So you can look at the things you're shooting as long as your FPV is coming through on the phone. So while we're on the subject of the phone, why don't we pull out the phone and just go through some of the features of the app real quick. So the app you're gonna wanna download is the Striker FPV app. So once you're in the app, you get this picture of a landscape, an island somewhere, and you have an options tab, a help tab, and the play. So if you go into your play, so inside the app, you have your still picture button. So if we push that, we're gonna take a picture. Here's our video button. So if we hit that, we're going to take video, and there I am here. Let's get my thumb out of the way. So there I am there. So you hit the button obviously to start recording, hit it again, you'll stop. So then once you have some media in your gallery, that's what this 3rd button is gonna be here. So a different gallery for your pictures and for your video. So if we just go into the pictures real quick, we got one picture in here. This was my office, my computer there, and then this is the one I took of the table just now. And we'll go back in here and we'll go back for our video, and I have various videos in here. This one here is the most recent one, so we'll just play that back real quick. And you have some options on here to sort of fast forward and stop, and then pause and play obviously, and actually a volume on there. So we'll back out of here, and this is going to control the rates on the quad, but I don't think you can actually, I was never able to actually control this particular quad with the phone. So with this particular quad, this button doesn't have any sort of functionality. These last 3 buttons over here are the 2 arrows here, the top and the on-off switch. These are gonna function with quads you can actually control with your phone, and this one I haven't been able to link up to my phone. As you can see here, I'm moving the sticks around and nothing is happening. So basically I flipped that off the whole time because it doesn't serve any sort of purpose. And then this one here is going to reverse. So, you know, basically it's gonna flip the picture upside down. So very fully functioned app. Haven't had any issues with it crashing or anything like that. The only real issue I've had with it is losing connection with the quad. Doesn't seem to have a very strong signal back to my phone. So obviously that's a big disappointment for a quad like this, but it is possible that I have a defective camera or I'm having issues with my phone. A lot can kind of go wrong on these Wi-Fi quads like that. So let's talk charging time versus flight time. Flight time, you're gonna get about 7 minutes out of this one, which is excellent. 6.5 to 7 minutes, can't go wrong there. You get a really long LVC warning, over a minute long. You can definitely get the quad back to you before it loses all power and crash lands somewhere. So charging time on this one is a little long, about an hour and a half to charge the battery on this one. And this is a 3.7 volt, 500 milliamp hour battery. So about an hour and a half to charge it. Definitely feels like a long time when you're waiting for this to charge, so you might want to pick up some extra batteries if you're going to pick this one up. So for me, flying it around, it's been pretty durable. I've had a few crashes with it. Doesn't seem any worse for the wear. Still flies great. The only real issue I've had with this one is the FPV cuts out fairly quickly. So if you're looking for a stable flyer that you can start out with and then maybe move into the higher rates on, this one's definitely not a bad one to go with. Although I do have a little bit of reservations about the Wi-Fi FPV not working. Could be just an issue with the camera I have. That's really the only issue I have with this one. It flies great otherwise. So definitely something to be aware of. The Wi-Fi seems to work okay as long as it's close to you, but then once you get a little farther away, it seems to cut out quite a bit. But that's somewhat standard with some of these Wi-Fi quads, but I would say that as far as the ones I've dealt with, this signal strength is a little bit on the weaker end of the spectrum that I've tested. So something to be aware of there. So that's all I'm gonna have with the Striker Live Feed video drone from World Tech Toys, sent to me courtesy of HobbyTron, hobbytron.com. Want to say thank you to everybody at HobbyTron. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if I missed anything, hit me up in the comments below. I thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna be having more quads in for review. Gonna be giving you guys updates on my FPV flying. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of those videos. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and happy flying, everybody.